Good evening, welcome to the DBS Sports. I am Kenson Casimir. The St. Lucia Olympic Committee Inc. held a press briefing earlier today to reflect on their activities last year as they look forward to a successful 2018. At the briefing, President of the Olympic Committee, Mrs. Fortuna Belrose, spoke to some of the achievements of the committee in the year 2017.
But the second most important thing for us last year was the development of this building. You know, the execution, and it took us 4 years, not even 4, perhaps maybe 24 if anything, to realize this dream of owning our own place. And of course, within the Olympic family, Thomas Bach, who is the president of the International Olympic Committee, has made it a point in his 20-point agenda for the Olympic family to ensure that every Olympic committee owns its own home. And so this is a significant milestone for St. Lucia.
Well, in a delivery, Mrs. Belrose went on to speak of some of the proposed undertakings for the year 2018.
This year is going to be an extremely busy year for us in terms of participation in events across the globe. We do have the Commonwealth Games in the Gold Coast in Australia in April of this year. If you recall, last year the Queen's Baton Relay was there, which heralded the commencement of preparations for the Games. And of course, the battle is somewhere across the globe now. I'm afraid I can't recall. It is Australia. It's in Australia now, going around Australia in 100 days prior to the Games. We have a number of athletes who have been preparing across sport, and Alfred can speak to the details on those. But as you know, we do have our champion athletes who will be a part of that process with us. So we've been working with them and preparing. And of course, quite a number of the associations are ensuring that they prepare the athletes and we're providing the support to enable that to happen for them. We also have the Youth Olympic Games in Argentina later this year, and we do have a number of junior athletes who are preparing for the Youth Olympic Games.
Well, also speaking at the press briefing was General Secretary of the Olympic Committee, Mr. Alfred Emmanuel.
Within the next 10 weeks, we will be heading down under to the Commonwealth Games. To date, a number of athletes have been in training for such an event. We're hoping that we can call you back in here sometime in February to make a pronouncement as to who will be making that trip down under. I think the time has come when it is the responsibility of the Olympic Committee to select people who we believe can make a finals or make a podium finish. When you look at the financial resources that we have put out there, we're telling our members enough is enough. A finals or a podium finish at the end of the day, that is what we need. Because at the end of the day, we have to justify to our international funding agencies the monies that they have given us, and we have made it available.
Moving forward, both Mr. Emmanuel and Mrs. Belrose spoke with high enthusiasm about 2 project officers that will be appointed by the committee to oversee salient projects among the affiliates. The project officers are expected to lessen the load on the committee as they work closely with all associations in St. Lucia to further develop sport on the island. According to the SLOC Inc., 2 members of the local committee has also been selected to be part of the Pan American Sports Commission. Wow. Well, all is set for the St. Lucia National Cricket Association Awards. This award came from the National Cricket Association. This year's awards, which will be held this coming Friday, January 19th at the luxurious Bay Gardens Beach Resort, will be held under the theme Collective Responsibility in Pursuit of Success. Former Permanent Secretary in the Department of Youth Development and Sport and former CEO of the West Indies Cricket Board, Dr. Ernest Hilaire, will be the guest speaker at this year's event, while President of the St. Lucia National Cricket Association will deliver the welcome remarks. The highlight of the evening is expected to be the naming of the male and the female junior and senior cricketers for 2017. There is expected to be stiff competition in all 4 categories. Nominees in the 4 categories as follows: Junior female, Kiana Joseph and Narisa Crafton. Junior male Akimo Geese and Kimani Melius, also Lee Solomon and Gavin Syria Jr. Senior female Ashlyn Edward, Kiana Joseph, Roylyn Cooper. Senior male Darren Sami, Johnson Charles and Tariq Gabriel. Wow. The association will also be recognizing 6 cricketers for their outstanding achievements in 2017, and they will also be naming the association's 2nd honorary member. The Minister for Sports, as well as various cricket officials, sponsors, Ministry of Sports officials, and current and past players are expected to attend the event. Well, the second component of the table tennis camp organized for elite players concluded on Saturday, 14th January at the Bosejo Indoor Facility. The program first looked at preparation for tournament. Some of the aspects looked at involved developing a personal routine as well as a structure to follow on game day. Following this, the final 3 days were devoted to 14 participants engaging in tournament, 7 teams of 2 players. The teams were selected based on national rankings. Following the completion of the round-robin tournament, team eliminators, led by 13-year-old DeAndre Colton of Castries Comprehensive Secondary and his 12-year-old teammate Zaki Malakan, emerged victorious. Royalties placed second with 12-year-old Samarian Jelani Dizoze and Zarian Anthony, St. Joseph's Convent. Third place went to Andrew Daniels of SACC and Joshua DeLima of SMC. DeAndre Colton played unbeaten with 12 wins, while Andrew Daniels finished with 11 wins and 1 defeat. Mario Sincere ended with 10 wins and 2 defeats. Co-coordinator of the camp, that's Maxim Seprenant, was impressed with the level of involvement of players following the last visit on island. The Rotary Club of Grosley are proud to sponsor yet another team of juniors from Growell to play in the club's annual charity tournament to be staged on the 27th of January 2018. The 3 Growell juniors will be participating in this year's tournament as follows. Kane Jones, a captain of last year's team and the Growell 2017 golf champion. Rayshon Joseph, who is the winner of the coveted Growell Cup, presented for best combination of stellar golf, helpfulness and the most promising leadership qualities, and Selena Lubin, runners-up of the 2017 Growell Girls Championship. Growell has registered 5 additional junior golfers for the tournament, with the expectations they will be chosen for teams. They are Kimani Thomas and Samuel Richelo, who both participated last year with success. Lisa Daniel, the 2017 Growell Girls Golf Champion, Javid Volney, Boys Under 14 winner, and Brittany Mangal, Under 14 runner-up. Well, West Indies captain Jason Holder said his team is not taking their participation in the ICC Cricket World Cup Qualifier 2018 lightly. The finalists of the tournament will both progress to the ICC Cricket World Cup 2019. And Holder is well aware that this is the only remaining opportunity for the 2-time champions to make it to the big dance. Well, the West Indies last won the ICC World Cup in 1979. That's 39 years ago. A tournament that will be held in Zimbabwe begins on the 4th of March, with the Windies opening their campaign on March 6. The Barbadian all-rounder admitted that even though the West Indies are top seeds for the tournament, they will have to play well to get to the final. The Windies, along with Afghanistan, Ireland and Zimbabwe, had missed out on automatic qualification for the ICC World Cup 2019 by finishing outside the top 8 of the ODI team rankings last September. These 4 sides have been joined by Hong Kong, the Netherlands, Scotland and Papua New Guinea. Well, we take a break, but when we get back, Windward Island Volcanoes defeat Trinidad in regional cricket. Welcome back. The TNT Red Force has suffered their 3rd straight defeat in the regional 4-day championship when they collapsed to a heavy innings and a 38-run defeat to the Windward Island Volcanoes last weekend. Resuming the final day of the 9th round contest at the National Stadium on 93-2 in the 2nd innings and requiring a further 101 runs to avoid an innings defeat, Red Force were bowled out for 156 about 15 minutes after lunch. The visitors were ripped apart by Simmer Sherman Lewis, who took a 3 for 20, and former Test off-spinner Shane Shillingford, who took 3 for 52, while left-arm spinner Larry Edwards from Grosley ended with 2 for 26. Opener Amir Django, unbeaten on 58 overnight, had just 11, and no other batsman showed any enterprise. Meanwhile, Jamaica Scorpions, led by another terrific display from leg spinner Damian Jacobs, they wrapped up a 57-run win over Leeward Island Hurricanes inside an hour on the final morning of the 9th round regional 4-day match at Sabina Park. The 32-year-old slow bowler took 3 of the 4 wickets to fall in the session to end with 5 for 83 as the Hurricanes were bowled out for 204, chasing 262 runs for the win. Jacobs, who was the main destroyer in the Hurricanes' first innings, while claiming 7 wickets, he had a 12 for 157. Well, in Barbados, Tignoran Chanderpaul completed his maiden first-class 100, but newly crowned champions Guyana Jaguars had to settle for a draw against Barbados Pride in the regional 4-day championship on Sunday. Chanderpaul hit an undefeated 101, and the wicketkeeper batsman Anthony Bramble slammed 74 to lead Jaguars to 263 for 5 declared in the second innings. So, Guyana are once again the champions. Well, finally, reigning NBA champions, the Golden State Warriors, marched into Cleveland on Monday to hand the Cavaliers a 118-108 loss. Wow. Kevin Durant continued his scintillating form against the Cavs, established during last year's NBA's finals, but scoring a game-high 32 points with 8 assists and 5 rebounds as the Warriors extended their winning streak on the road to 14 games. LeBron James led the Cavs with 32 points, 8 rebounds and 6 assists, but the Cleveland continued to struggle offensively as a whole. James is now just 41 points away from 30,000 career points. But with the loss, Cleveland have now lost 8 of their last 10, including 4 straight. Meanwhile, the Warriors continue to lead the Western Conference and moving on up. Well, that's sport. The DBS News continues after the break.